Did you know this band, the Eagles of Death, in Paris? Because you're a
Eagles
metal
of Death metal.
Yeah.
I knew of them. I didn't know them personally.
Well,
but
what is some of their music? Have we got some of that?
Eagles of Death Metal?
Yeah.
Is that their name? And you got a goof on the Eagles?
It
is.
It kind of is, yeah. Well, the guy from Queens of the Stone Age, I think, was one of the founders of this band.
Yeah.
And I think he said he wanted the band to sound like the Eagles, but the Eagles of death metal.
No.
Something like that.
What is
I don't know exactly.
The actual thing was Josh was talking to this other guy, and he was introducing him to death metal bands, and he was playing them this recording of a Polish death metal band. And for some reason, he made a quip saying, like, that sounds like the Eagles of death metal.
So sorry I asked.
But that's the real story.
I see.
But I know of them, and I'm familiar with them, but I didn't know
Because I can't even
any of
believe the Eagles of Death Metal had that many people in a club watching them.
They're pretty popular.
Are they?
Yeah.
You got any of their music, Fred? Because I've never even heard of these guys.
I was actually listening to it, and
two
it doesn't
people
sound
should have been
anything
in
like
there.
death metal.
I know, and they said this American band. I was like, I've never heard of them.
And you know what, too? If you want to help, their merchandise guy actually was killed. And
wow.
There's a GoFundMe site on the internet where you can donate to his family.
Are you crying?
It's pretty sad because I toured for so long, and I know, like, these merch people and the roadies get to be your family, and it's so sad.
That's them?
Yeah.
How many people were in that club?
A few hundred, I think.
Meanwhile, they were interviewing one of these chicks that survived, and she was so fucking hot. And,
what? You're carrying on about that?
Well, I mean, they were interviewing her, and I was like, oh my God, she's so hot. But there were like 1,500 people in the club.
Was there that many?
Yeah.
Wow.
These guys, have a big audience, I guess.
It wasn't a club. It was a theater.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a club.
No.
By the way, my answer about Leslie, how he plans to lead, is pretty much what I said. Here's the quote. No plan, but a rough idea where to start. I've been doing it so long, I played all the way, blah, blah, blah.
No offense, we're already past that. You had your opportunity to answer.
You besmirched my reputation. I had to defend it.
I mean, I think it's what Leslie goes, Fred asked me a question. Fred didn't even remember the answer.
I gave you the answer, but I went back to check my answer.
Stop
what you
annoying
said was
Leslie.
wrong.
If you're not going to pay attention.
So you got
well, anyway, it's a horrible tragedy, and like I said, Ray Kelly's coming in, and
He'll put it in perspective for us and tell us what we should be doing.
And I'll tell him my plan for how to handle terrorism. And then he can tell me why I'm wrong. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, that's cool that you know about Bonham now, too.
Yeah, I was just listening to their music, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm so late to the game on that one. What's this, the Eagles of Death Metal?
Called Complexity.
But they're not a metal band.
No.
So why are they the Eagles of Death Metal? Do we know anything?
I don't know. Yeah, because when I first heard of them, I thought they were a death metal band.
Yeah.
Now, it was just a joke. And he liked his joke, and he made the name of the band that
How would you describe this music? Like rock?
Rock, hard rock,
Hard rock. It sounds more like kind of, I don't know what it sounds like.
It's like desert rock, I would call it.
No.
Because Josh...
Desert rock?
Yeah,
Never heard
Josh
of that.
from Queens of the Stone Age was in an awesome band. You should check them out in the 90s called Caius. And it was kind of like desert rock.
Desert rock, Howard.
Desert rock.
I kind of know what I'm talking about.
Well, you know about music, but you're off your rocker today. Desert rock.
Well, they're from the desert.
Yeah, but talk about shit that people understand.
Well, maybe that'll help people discover new stuff.
Did you see Sal's picture supporting the French people with a French flag and him and his wife? Yeah,
I heard about it.
And he's like, hey, what did you do?
Yeah, he actually made a flag.
Yeah, what did you do, Richard?
I donated to the family of
did
the
you?
merch guy who passed away.
How'd you do that? How do you get the address?
If you just Google his name and then GoFundMe, it's a GoFundMe website, and you can donate.
That seems like a good thing to do.
That's doing something. Let's be clear.
Yeah. I'm pretty shallow because I was like listening to this girl, and she just was one of the girls who got out one of the side exits, and she was like model hot. And I'm like, what is she doing at the Eagles of Death Metal? You
Yeah,
know what
I mean,
like, man, maybe I should check this band out.
When I toured with my band, there was no girls in the audience.
Well, because you played real metal.
You played
we
metal.
played death metal, yeah.
This stuff, Eagles of Death Metal, is, chicks would go to that.
This is chick-friendly music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ours was a sausage fest.
I had a whole fantasy about saving her. I'm in the theater, and I lead her out, and then, of course, she has to bang me because I'm brave. But meanwhile, the reality is I would have stepped on her head.
Over her.
I would have run over her and stepped on her head and squashed it to get the fuck out the door.